If everyone is happy, then you're not doing your job as a leader. That quote was given to me by one of my leadership mentors a few years back. Some administration believe that you have to make everybody happy before you can have consensus. DeFore uses the train analogy that everyone has to be on the train before you can leave the station. Me personally, I believe this is not true. Using DeFore's example, in my experience, everybody is not in the same station. Sometimes the train leaves the station with a certain amount of teachers and then picks up other teachers at different stations as the train continues on its journey. I've never experienced a 100% buy-in from teachers at the beginning of a change in a school, whether it's new administration, a change in culture, standards, procedures, or something as small as scheduling. There are always going to be a handful of people that will complain, have a negative outlook, or unfortunately try to find ways to even sabotage the change. Thomas Hoare wrote, "Leadership as a balancing act can be particularly hard in a school. Teachers try to create win-win scenarios for their students, and they work diligently to find solutions that work for every child. They often expect the principals to do the same for them, and truly, it's hard to argue that logic. But principals cannot always create win-win scenarios for all their teachers. They need to be willing to take the heat when they make an unpopular decision." That quote resonates with me because we have to do what is best for students to be successful. Sometimes it will make teachers unhappy, frustrated, or angry because of change, but if it's what's best for the students, it needs to be done. To gain consensus for your school, creating groups or teams helps everyone get involved. You need to mix the naysayers with your supporters. You also have to mix in your people who accept change with the people who struggle with change. By creating these groups, this allows what DeFore calls the leadership to press for action within the school. A good example of how to create groups is to use the Myers-Briggs personality test. You don't need a group of just introverts or a group of just extroverts. You need to have a well-balanced group so everyone can do their part. Characteristic number 6 in Leslie Antogogna's Creating a Culture of Authentic Engagement states there is a culture of trust, inclusiveness, and collaborative problem solving. By creating well-balanced groups, the acceptance of trust and buy-in will continue to grow. Another part of gaining consensus within groups is the trust that teachers are able to voice concerns of new consensus. In the RAND study last week, Johnson, Akinaranye, and Doss wrote that 31% of teachers feel uncomfortable voicing their concerns. The trust and acceptance door has to swing both ways. The principal might not change the plan of consensus, but he or she must be willing to listen to concerns or criticism with a positive mindset. Within my school and school system, we have went through a lot of change within the past year. Not only have we changed superintendents, but we've had a fruit basket turnover administration in all of our schools. The way we as a system have created new consensus by using a top-down method. This all started with a system-wide meeting with the superintendent. He told us about himself, his family, his goals, and his vision for our school system. Then came the meeting with the new administration, sharing the same as the school superintendent. After the leadership team met with each grade level, we knew that what DeFore calls the, quote, specific responsibilities, so we as a school and a system can gain the same consensus.